All right.
Want to get up and work out. I don't even want to go for a walk. I don't want to get up and eat right. I don't want to follow through with the positive change I said I was going to make in my life. Get out of your bed, get out of your head and do something. Go for a walk, journal your thoughts, whatever, doesn't matter, just do something. You don't have to overextend yourself so small. You can build the massive on fire. All you gotta do is just do something good for yourself. Something good for yourself. Something good for yourself. You'll be happy that you did it. I don't want to get up and work out. I don't even want to go for a walk. I don't want to get up and eat right. I don't want to follow through with the positive change I said I was going to make in my life. Get out of your bed, get out of your head and do something. Go for a walk, journal your thoughts, whatever, doesn't matter, just do something. You don't have to overextend yourself so small. You can build the massive on fire. All you gotta do is just do something good for yourself. Something good for yourself. Something good for yourself. You'll be happy that you did it.
Yes.
That's
sad,
right.
Sad nuggy, dude. I love that.
Yeah,
so
I sent
funny.
that to you the other day. Yeah.
Oh, are you the person who sent it to me?
I sent that to you.
I couldn't remember where that. I sent it to like 20 people.
Oh no!
You just came across it?
Yeah, no, I was I think I found it in TikTok or Facebook Reels or something. I can't remember.
So good. It's like theme song material.
Yeah.
So good. Nice. Well, good morning, Eric.
Yeah, good morning.
How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Cool.
I'm adjusting to the early morning rising. I've got the early morning rising part down. It's the getting to sleep at a decent hour. I can't seem to do it for the life of me. So it's been
if you keep on getting up at the same time every morning for the next couple of weeks, eventually you'll crash and you'll start falling asleep.
Yeah, eventually I'll get there.
That's been my experience. Dude, okay. I could activate the sleep switch for you, which is one of my hypnosis sessions. Have you ever listened to that one?
I haven't listened to that one.
Dude, I'll activate that. I'll activate that for you in your account. Remind me after we're done. And
cool.
Listen to it as you're going to sleep, and you'll probably find you'll go to sleep more easily.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah. People love it.
All right.
It's a weird one though, because I recorded on like my laptop in a hotel room. You know what I mean? I had to get it done and whatever. And the audio quality isn't great, but like it
does the job.
It really helps a lot of people sleep. So yeah, it's worth checking out.
All right. Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if you can't sleep, just means you can get more shit done, right?
That's how it's been. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've just been crushing it lately. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Cool. So one of the things that I want to talk a little bit about today is this whole idea of leverage. And one of the ways that we can get trapped is if we're simply in a position when we're in a job or in a business that we run and we are the sole proprietor and we are all of the employees, or we treat ourselves like an employee. You can get stuck in the trap of having a job where you just clock in, you clock out, you do the same thing every day, and your time isn't becoming any more valuable. What you're bringing to the business isn't becoming any more valuable because you're just doing the day-to-day work, right? Just like any other employee could come in and do those tasks. You're just doing those tasks. And that's not a way to get more shit done. That's not a way to be more productive. That's not a way to gain leverage. And so we want to talk about leverage today. I'll share with you how I first started learning about leverage because it's different for everybody. It's elusive, it's mysterious, it's hard to see it at first until you're experiencing it. It almost seems imaginary. And then once you do experience it, you're like, oh, now I understand how people really make money. Now I get it, right? So we want to share with you some of that today. Eric, did you have any questions that you wanted to run up the flagpole?
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff.
Cool.
Do you want to get into that now, or you want to talk about leverage first?
Well, I think why don't we start with leverage, and then we can go.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yep. So leverage is cool. I grew up I worked bagging groceries, stocking shelves. I worked doing dishes. I worked as a fry cook. I pulled nails out of barn beams in the winter. I did all sorts of stuff for jobs. before I started my salsa company. And if the salsa company had succeeded, I would have achieved leverage, but it didn't succeed ultimately for numerous reasons. But I started my salsa company when I was 19. And the way to achieve leverage in that kind of scenario is I'm no longer selling my time, right? I'm no longer trading time for money. Instead, I can make thousands of jars of salsa, right? Or at least hundreds in the course of an hour and sell it. And theoretically, I can make a lot more money selling that salsa than I would have ever been able to make just selling my time, right?
Right.
In a job or doing the day-to-day tasks in a business. So creating a product or service that's easily duplicatable is writing a book is a way of achieving leverage, right? Creating an info product or a video program or an online course is a way of achieving leverage. But just creating a product isn't enough because you have to have people to buy the product. And so the way I achieve leverage on the other side of my business, on the marketing and the business side, the lead generation side, is by building an email list. And the bigger my email list gets and got, right, and especially in the early stages before I really understood this, the bigger your email list gets, the more valuable your time becomes. Because as you write an email, it takes you the same amount of time to write an email to 10 people as it does to 100 people, as it does to 1,000 people, as it does to 10,000 people, as it does to 100,000 people. And so think about the difference, like all things being equal, if same types of people, same demographics, same buying capabilities, same interests, if those people are all similar enough and you're sending that one email out to 10 of them or that one email out to 100,000, which one is going to make you more email or more money, right?
Right, exactly.
The one with a list. So for me, I really learned about leverage when I built my first email list and learned direct response marketing, though that's not the only way to achieve leverage in business. Robert Allen wrote about this in his best-selling book, Multiple Streams of Income. And that was one of the first books about money that I ever read and was exposed to in this whole info marketing world. And in it, he taught, I believe, 5 different streams of leverageable income or passive income, which is only semi-passive, that you can create where you're not stuck in the rat race, where you're able to break free from the hamster wheel, right? And those forms, as I recall, are in no particular order. At that time, it was a little bit different, but not really. Is direct mail, okay, was considered its own separate thing. Direct mail or direct response marketing. That it was in the early stages of email marketing when this book was written, and so direct mail was more prevalent at that point. And he had made $1 bajillion doing direct mail campaigns for leverage. Network marketing, which is like multi-level marketing, network marketing. You're involved in network marketing, Eric, right?
Yeah.
Where you can build a team, and your team can build a team, and if you successfully train that team and you successfully create the right type of community to support it, be supportive of all the people that you're recruiting, every time they go out and make sales, you make money. But you had to learn how to do it all first. You had to train them all first. You had to take the time to really nurture that group of people, a lot like farming, right? And watch them grow. And then some of them end up bearing fruit. Not all of them do, right? Mm-hmm. So network or multi-level marketing, real estate, right? Specifically rental properties, right? Owning but there are lots of different forms of highly leveraged real estate. But the more rental properties you own, you get passive residual income as long as you keep those places full and you keep the buildings in good or great condition and you treat everybody well. Like those are absolutely passive income sources. Investing, right? So stock market, these days it would be stock market / crypto, right? And then what was the final one? I guess the final one in that book was the internet or internet marketing, which has since really evolved and changed. You know, direct mail is significantly different than email or direct response internet marketing, but on like in action, like in practice, they're different, but in principle, philosophically, they're basically exactly the same. Those are 5 forms of ways you can leverage your time so that you can create systems that will over time become more and more and more valuable for the time that you put in. So your time can become exponentially more valuable over time as you establish one or more multiple streams of semi-passive income in this way. And the way that I've done it primarily in my life so far has been through email marketing and email list building. And so when all is said and done, though, there's one thing that all of these forms of marketing have in common is in order to really achieve leverage, they all involve other people. Okay. They all involve you creating a system and a team in some capacity so you don't have to do all the work yourself. Right. And
Right.
so, and that's the long and short of it. And so when you're thinking about leverage, when you're thinking about growing and really making more money, there are lots of ways that can do this, and you can do it without having employees. But I'd like you to ask yourself, how big is your team and how active are you about recruiting excellent members to your team and or future business? And if you're not actively looking for awesome people to join you, what's holding you back, right? Let's have a discussion about it. So if you have questions about building a team or questions about any of the concepts we talked about with leverage, please ask them in the comments. Eric, do you have any thoughts or questions on any of the stuff around leverage at this point?
Yeah, I like what you just shared most recently about, getting other people involved and working with a team. That's something that I've been really doing a lot lately is, working with my upline, Santa, who's amazing. And we've been collaborating on this webinar, and that's tomorrow we're doing the first one.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
we've got a bunch of people, ready to go and signed up for it. And it's going to be awesome. And if I had tried to do that all myself, it would have been quite a bit overwhelming.
It is. Speaking of which, this is another element of how to increase your productivity. We've talked about this before, but I'm going to bring up today as an example. Okay. So Eric, you and I have just recently started live streaming together on a regular basis. And right now we're trying to live stream 4 days a week.
Okay. Yep.
Right.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday is what we're actively doing for Get Shit Done. And foolishly, I didn't actually create a recurring calendar event on my Google Calendar for this yet. I just had it be in the back of my head. And I felt great this morning. I got up, I got right to work. I drank a bunch of bulletproof coffee. I got right into it at a meeting with Maria. I was like, I'm back. All right, fully recovered, kicking butt, and was going for it. And then halfway through the day, I was just hit so hard with exhaustion again. I'm like, oh man, I must be getting old. I'm not fully recovered from this festival.
Right.
And so I'm like, I'm taking a nap. There's nothing on my calendar. And I go and I jump in my bed to take a power nap for 30 minutes.
Right.
I'm like, I should look at the time.
And then you remembered.
12:56. I'm like, damn it. Eric, I'm running a little bit behind schedule.
That's what that was about. Okay.
Yeah. So I jumped into bed to take a power nap and realized that I didn't put our live stream on my calendar. And so there are 2 very important lessons here, guys. This practical stuff. Number 1, if you want it to happen, schedule it in, put it on your calendar, and have reminders set up on your calendar. It's free. Use Google. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Number 2 is schedule it in with someone else. If possible, be collaborative. Schedule the work that you're doing in with someone else. It will dramatically increase the chances of you doing it when you say you're going to do it. Okay? And number 3, okay, this is a good one. Super good one. So number 1 is you want to put it on your Google Calendar with alerts. right? Number two is schedule it in with someone else. Now, here's the third thing. This one's the kicker. Most people don't do it, but the people that do always win. Schedule it in on a recurring basis. Okay, so put it as a recurring activity in your calendar, whether it's happening once a week, twice a week, 5 times a week, 7 times a week, twice a day, whatever it is. Make it part of your day to do the thing and make progress improving doing the thing every single time you do it. You want to do a better job if you possibly can every time you show up. In this case, we're doing a live stream, but there's a lot of different things you can do with a live stream. You can create sales videos, you can create ads, you can create social media content, you can create course material. There's a million different ways you can create using video, right? You take the audio transcription, turn it into a book, right? There's a million ways so it's not about live streaming for the sake of live streaming, but it could be for content creation, for example, for almost any business, right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Those are 3 super rules to dramatically increase your productivity. I highly recommend you do all 3. Schedule it in with someone else, and schedule it in on a recurring basis if you want to get good and really have it be part of your day to make enormous progress in that area over time, right? With that said, Eric, let's do some fast and furious questions.
Okay, well, you just answered one of them. I was going to ask you what kind of scheduling you are implementing in your life and what that looks like. And yeah, that's a great answer. I like that. But yeah, I have a bunch of other questions for you.
Cool. We're going to turn some of these into some like short form video, right?
Totally. Yeah.
So how long should I give myself to answer these questions?
I mean, you can be as thorough as you want. I'm going to take, how I do the live streams. I just take it and I cut it up into however many pieces I need and slice
I'm going to set a 1 minute timer.
Videos.
Okay. I'm going to set a 1 minute timer for each one.
Yep.
Okay. What's the first question?
Okay. Let's see. Let me pick a good one here. What mindsets that have helped you to get more shit done?
What are the mindsets that have helped me to get more shit done?
Yeah.
For me, this isn't going to be the same for everyone, but for me, it's primarily thinking bigger, right?
Thinking bigger. Okay.
The bigger you think, the bigger the project is that you tackle, the more you're going to rise to the occasion, and the more you're going to recruit other people and bring in the other people that you need in order to accomplish something amazing. The bigger the project, the more incredible, the more motivating, the more exciting the project, the more people are going to go after it and give it everything that they've got, the more inspiring you're going to be. So have it be a big project, have it mean something, have it really mean something to you, and have it be achievable, but just barely, like just out of reach, so that everybody doesn't quite know if they can pull it off, but they try their absolute best.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. It's a great answer. What are some mindsets that have helped you go from struggling entrepreneur with failing businesses to crushing your goals and making millions?
Well, I would say that one thing is it's not from one to the other. It's more like going from entrepreneur that was suffering and not making any money to making some money, to not making any money, to making more money, to not making any money, to making a lot more money, to making millions, to losing it all, to making more again. So, it's not a steady curve for most entrepreneurs, right?
Yep.
It is absolutely a roller coaster over your life. Now, if you're an entrepreneur or a serial entrepreneur who starts multiple businesses and does lots of new things, there will be a lot of failure. If you're more consistent and you just choose one business and stick with it, it will be more steady.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a good answer. What about mindset wise though?
Mindset wise, I guess when it comes down to what's the difference between being a entrepreneur and a entrepreneur is one thing is for me, what made the difference was I built a team.
Okay.
What made the difference for me was I joined another team as a project manager, and they had the whole team, and that's how I got my first $13,000 commission check from Nitro Marketing for the Nitro Marketing Mindset.
Cool.
After that, I realized I had to build a list of my own, and I didn't know how to do that, and I didn't have the skills. So I brought a team of 6 other guys together and paid them each a percentage.
Awesome. Cool.
You know.
Yep. All right. So I want to talk a bit about, the Get Shit Done system and ask you some questions about that. So what do you think your life would look like now if you had the Get Shit Done system set up and you were implementing it in your life years and years and years ago when you were struggling to stay focused and following through with tasks and all the things that were getting in your way of productivity?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because in a way, the Get Shit Done system did start years and years ago.
Okay.
Shortly after I became an internet entrepreneur. And so which is 20 years ago, right? Like for me, I didn't realize it was starting, but it started when I built my first virtual team of people.
Yeah.
And I brought people together to accomplish something bigger and greater and outside of my own ability to pull off, right? That's one of the coolest things about growth as an entrepreneur is that it's not most people limit themselves to what they know how to do, right? They're like, oh, I can't be a real estate agent because I don't know how to sell houses, or I can't be a veterinarian because I'm not a veterinarian. I didn't go to school for it, right? And like, it's bullshit. Like, you can go to school for it, right? And if you're super old, you can probably get a grant, So it's like, when you limit yourself to working on projects that you already have the ability to accomplish, 2 things happen. The first thing happens is you stay stuck under your current financial plateau or plateau of success if you're operating outside of a financial framework, right? If you're trying to lose weight or get in better shape or improve your IQ or any of these things, if you only do things that are at your current level of success, you're not going to get any better. You're not going to stretch yourself, right? You're not going to grow any new neural pathways. You're not going to learn anything new. You're not going to push your body outside of its comfort zone. You're just going to coast. And like, things don't coast. We're either growing or we're declining. We're either going toward becoming stronger, better, or we're falling apart, right? There's no just coast. And so when prior to that, I kept trying to do businesses that were me. Okay. In the physical real world, I did businesses that were all tasks that were within my reasonable ability to execute on and that I could figure out. But I didn't realize that I could have an idea that was completely outside of my scope of knowledge, but have a reason to do it that was cool, that would be attractive to somebody who knew how to do the thing that we needed to do to pull the thing off. So, and that's called building a team. So one of the coolest things about Get Shit Done is it helps you to become more productive by either building your own team or becoming part of a team or becoming part of our own Get Shit Done virtual team that we're now calling the Get Shit Done Gang, by the way, that allows you to stay focused on your own stuff, but have all the benefits of a team. So I suppose if I had this framework or way of thinking about things prior, I probably would have been more successful with my earlier businesses that ultimately crashed and burned due to my own areas of failure, inconsistency, lack of knowledge, poor follow through, right? Having more people to be responsible to has always helped me stay more focused, right? So that's also very helpful. Is when you have employees who have families, who you need to pay their paycheck, like that gets you up in the morning, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
No.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Maybe you could share more about what is actually inside the Get Shit Done platform, like what looks like that to people that are, interested in the Get Shit Done platform and how that might help them.
Yeah, so Get Shit Done it's an unusual thing, right? And it's not something I created on purpose. It kind of slowly created itself over 20 years. And what Get Shit Done really is it's not about the platform as much as it is about the community. And so, oh, Johnny, dude, if you probably don't know Johnny Scoville
No, I don't.
is one of the coolest people on the planet. How old are you, Johnny? Johnny is he's older than me, and this guy can eat the hottest peppers of anybody like ever. I met him several years ago at the hot sauce convention, hot sauce expo in he's a fossil, he says. He also has the coolest beard. He has like this super long goatee. Oh, you're all right, 50. Anyway, I hope that his digestive system has not lost its strength. I'm 46, and like I can eat the hot peppers, but like on the way out, it's a problem these days. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the truth. And so I'm always in awe of Johnny Scoville. You should follow him on honestly, Eric. Yep. Johnny, you are such a badass. Would you like to join us right now? Because this would actually be a really awesome thing. Here's what I'm going to do. You're on Facebook, and if you have time and you feel like going live with us, I'm going to send this to you. And if you don't, no harm done. No big deal. But we haven't talked in a while. It'd be kind of cool. And there you are. So I'm going to send you our StreamYard link. If you're on your phone, I think you have to use like Safari or something. Anyway, I just sent you the link in Messenger. So if you care to join us, Johnny he's a hot pepper eating social media super ninja, and a super cool guy. I'd love to, but I haven't seen any of your videos in a while, Johnny. I haven't got the Scoville updates. So also a super badass entrepreneur and a hot pepper hot sauce entrepreneur. So he has over the last couple of years, he's come out with some products and done some white labels and some collaborations with some people in the hot sauce industry. And so he does all sorts of cool videos and content around hot peppers and hot sauces. And so just as an entrepreneur and a marketer who's out there creating cool, engaging, and interesting social media content, he's definitely somebody to follow.
Nice.
For all of you, for everybody, because he's like, so you know what? Let's just have a marketing conversation for a minute. So one of the things that we're talking a lot in Email Empire is getting really clear on your who, right? Who are the people that you serve? And Johnny Scoville serves chili heads. He sells pepper heads. He serves people who are completely obsessed with hot peppers and hot sauce, right? And there he is. So he's just zooming into the areas. All right. Johnny Scoville.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Hey.
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you able to hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Yep.
Loud and clear.
I wasn't trying to hijack your show. I'm just fascinated by anything where I can learn more. So I appreciate you inviting me on.
I'm intentionally hoping you'll hijack our show.
I don't want to do that. But,
where are you right now?
I just got back from Arizona. I helped a family move from Reno. But I just got finished filming a reality show that I'm in that comes out in October.
Nice.
I can't tell you what platform it is because I was told not to. I signed an NDA, but it's not. I can tell you this: it's not Netflix.
Not Netflix.
But, I ended up. It was funny because I was supposed to be in 2 scenes, and I went to Dallas to the Dallas Hot Sauce Expo or Zest Fest, excuse me. And it just, after the first day, I got a text from the producer saying, we're going to lean into you a little bit more on this than we thought. Are you okay with that? And I said, yes. And it ended up just blowing into something I didn't know it was going to, it took 56 days to film season 1. I'm in 38 of them. I filmed
Nice.
38 days. I'm in every episode. The show sort of became about me. So it's a weird thing because it's about the chili community and a lot of controversial stuff that's going to, you wouldn't think there's controversy in something as silly as Paris, but
all the chili heads are so hot-headed. They get so their feathers ruffled so easy,
It really is. And then I just got picked up. I can't talk about this either yet, but I probably will be able to talk about this Friday. A major, I'm not sure if it's major. It's pretty major. Fast food company just hired me to do their commercials.
Yes.
So that's kind of a cool thing. So, and all of this, got to understand, all of this was by accident. If you knew, I have failed more business. I have tanked more businesses than Ray Kroc. I just was just one after the other. I mean, and every one of them, it's not like I didn't try. These were all stuff I really gave my all. And the one thing that I became like a wild success in was an accident. Like I've never edited a video for my YouTube channel, not one.
Dude, yes, I love that. I love it.
So it was accidental. I never set out to be a YouTuber at all. And this October will be my 7th year. I'm trying to figure out how it happened. I'm moving to Australia in about 2 or 3 months.
Oh, cool.
The company that I'm doing, the fast food company, they have locations all over the world. They have in Australia and New Zealand, so I'm going to be able to shoot commercials there too. So everything is just crazy, I'm trying to. Here's the problem I'm in right now, and you're a good guy to talk to about this.
All right, lay it down.
I'm a goal writing guy. I like writing down goals. I journal every day. I have adjusted my bucket list 5 times in the last 6 years. I have, honest to God, I have no idea what goals to set because I'm in a place I can't believe what's happening to me now. What goal do you set? I'm not comfortable not having a goal. Like every job I've ever had, I knew what was next. I knew there was a new promotion, a new position, something. I knew what I was working towards. And now all this stuff is happening to me. I didn't go to this company for these commercials. They came to me. I didn't go to this company about the reality show. They came to me. So all this stuff is happening. And I feel, although it's all very, very good, I don't have any direction. And it's terrifying. Honestly.
That is a really interesting thing. I've gone through that myself a few times as an entrepreneur over the years. And honestly, it sounds to me like you're doing a really good job of being present.
I'm trying to be, but here's the issue that I've had. It's a real struggle. I quit drinking and doing drugs.
That's the problem.
I quit doing drugs like a dozen years ago, and it was a really good thing because I had a problem. And all the hard drugs, I just got rid of them all. And then I quit drinking alcohol 4.5 years ago. So what I learned a lot of things from journaling, some mind-bending things. My whole life was moments of brilliance where I would self-sabotage,
I'm familiar, actually.
But this is the first thing, and because I'm not drinking or nothing, I'm doing all of this sober, but this is the first thing I've ever done sustained. Like I've been in the zone, nothing but net from 3-point land since the day I started my channel. 7 years now, and my brain is not. My baseline is comfortable with. I'm starting over from scratch. I've done it 5 times. Right. My brain's not comfortable with. I'm killing it. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm not comfortable with it, to be really honest with you. So that's what I'm struggling with. I'm trying to embrace it. But it's a difficult thing. I don't want to have a big ego, so I feel like embracing it is on that path of having a big ego, and I don't want to be like that.
If you want to talk about embracing uncomfortable things, that's something you have some experience with, right? So how has anyone ever come to you and said, well, how do you do it, Johnny? How do you take so much heat? How can you go through? If not, I'll ask you now, is how are you able to put yourself in these extremely uncomfortable states, putting the body through extraordinary trauma for many hours, right? Over and over and over again, and still push yourself further and further. Like, how are you able to do that on a physical, emotional, psychological level when it comes to peppers?
It's really simple. It's psychotic, and it's going to make you not want to. Don't judge me.
No
I like
judge.
pain. I like pain. That's the bottom line. I don't like emotional pain. I don't like headache, toothache, or backache, because those affect my functioning. But pepper pain, I get off on it. I really, really like it.
Well,
So
I understand.
I enjoy stuff that most people panic about.
Yeah.
The hotter, the better. I can't, I don't. If there was a button to hit to stop the pain from peppers, I wouldn't be hitting it. So that's just my thing. So I just found. So I didn't know. I didn't set out to be a YouTuber. I just wanted to have fun. The reason YouTubers fail is because they all started to be rich and famous. I didn't care about it. I didn't care about any of those things. I just wanted to have fun, make videos, and eat peppers. So all the while I wasn't getting rich and I wasn't getting famous, I didn't care because I was still having a ball. Well, most people aren't hardwired to work for 2 or 3 years. I mean, I've made 2 videos every day for 6.5 years. There are 4,670 videos on my channel in less than 7. If you found the channel today and watched 1 video a day, it would take you 14 years to watch them all. So I'm very, very dedicated, but I don't know, man. I'm trying to sort it all out. I just like doing what I do, and I'm just,
So there are also, when it comes down to goals, right? There are process goals and there are outcome
exactly.
goals.
They're exactly. There are personal goals. Like, I want to become better at certain things. I've become more organized. There are things that I'm, like personal goals like that. But as far as like professional goals, I'm at an absolute loss. Like, what do I do now? I want to be in movies. I don't know I have no clue what to even think about.
Why do you think? Why you say there's been nothing but net for 7 years since you started your channel? As a serial entrepreneur who has tried a lot of things, why do you think that is? What accounts for that?
Here's the thing. I don't want to sound arrogant.
Now, you can totally sound arrogant. You have full.
I don't. I'm going to walk down and get my mail while I'm sounding arrogant with you guys. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to tell you the bitter truth. Here's the bottom line. In the chili community, when I started, you have to understand, there were maybe a dozen YouTube channels about chilies.
Yeah.
And while a lot of them were entertaining, I'm just being real now. Most of them, these guys can't talk. And it's not that they can't talk.
They're not good presenters, not good at engaging.
It's not that they can't talk when they're eating peppers, which I can. That's my superpower. They can't even really seem to talk when they're not eating peppers. They weren't very good at the communicating part of it.
Right.
And I have one of my gifts. I was a professional speaker for a while, public speaker. So I've done a lot of presentations. I'm just very comfortable in front of a camera. Right. I'm very comfortable communicating with people. I'm very good at it. So, and I found that my real superpower has nothing to do. Peppers. My real superpower has nothing to do at all with eating peppers, because there's a million guys right now that have a higher tolerance than I. But my superpower is that I don't lose charm, I don't lose my personality, and I can still communicate effectively when I'm in a great deal of pain. If my arm got chopped off, I would be very calm and tell you how we should handle it. I wouldn't be freaking out like a lot of people. So, the other thing about pain is, really, this is important, man. I've had 3 or 4 back surgeries, a fusion, and pain is a scary thing for a lot of people. And most people spend their lives running away from it. The human condition is that we're all going to break down and die. And that's a painful process. It's just the way it is. It's kind of like playing football. If you play football and you never suit up and you never practice, on game day, you're going to get killed.
Right.
Well, I suit up and practice. I put pain in my way every single day, and I overcome it. So the day comes where I have pain that I'm not bringing on my own, I'm ready to handle it. It happens already. I've hurt myself a few good injuries, shoulder injuries. When it happens, I'm like, ah. And there's a sick party that enjoys it. So it's really changed my outlook on pain. My relationship with pain has changed. And the things that most people are afraid of, I'm not.
That's a pretty cool idea, actually, which is there are a lot of people who experience a lot of pain. We already know how good peppers are for helping to treat chronic pain.
Oh, it's amazing.
And so what pops in my mind is that maybe at some point you should do a course on pain tolerance.
Well, it's very funny you talk about that. And by the way, Eric, it's very good to talk to you, see you here. I'm sorry, I didn't say hello to you. Thank you. I didn't mean that.
Great to meet you.
I'm sorry for hijacking you guys.
Oh, it's all good.
I got a phone call, or somebody from Apple TV reached out to me about 2 months ago, and they did they were doing a piece on the correlation between sobriety and peppers, because there's a correlation there, and what they found. So I did an interview with her, and part of it was talking about pain relief from eating peppers. But the reason that it's so helpful for sobriety, I've always known there was a correlation, but I didn't know what. It turns out when you eat high levels of capsaicin, it increases serotonin levels in your body, and that helps. Serotonin helps people deal with frustration, anxiety,
Depression,
stress,
all the things,
depression,
yeah.
triggers if you're trying to get sober. So all my friends that are eating peppers all the time are sober because of me.
Yes.
Nice.
Now, you want, just for the record, this is a mustard primatale.
Whoa, I've never seen one of those.
Either.
One of the hottest peppers on earth. I got some gorgeous pods in here. Oh, look at these.
Yes.
And here's a gorgeous, gorgeous white pod.
Oh,
So life is good. I get paid to eat these.
nice. That's
So,
awesome.
You know, and here's the other thing. You know, when I quit, I had a total different approach with sobriety than I did my channel. I started my channel. I told nobody. I didn't tell friends, because I knew what they would say. You're going to do what?
Right.
So I didn't tell anybody. When I got sober, I did just the opposite. I told everybody. The day I decided to quit drinking, I called my children first, told them all. Called my mom and dad, told them. Told everybody that was important to me. But I didn't tell the channel until the 1 year anniversary. On the anniversary,
Cool.
I did a live stream and said, dudes, I've been lying to you. I've been a fraud for years. I've been telling you to run at your problems. I've been running away from mine.
Right.
I don't run away from them anymore.
Dude.
But life got so much better when I'm sober. Life is good, man. You look great, by the way. I got to tell you, you look wonderful. Whatever you're doing, you keep doing it.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Johnny. I would really like to do another interview with you on your entrepreneurial experience.
Listen, if I had any real entrepreneurial skill, I'd still be successful in one of those endeavors.
That's the skill, dude. The skill is to get back up when it doesn't work. Like that's the skill.
The first entrepreneurial experience I had, I was 10. Everybody I knew had lemonade stands. I lived in Vermont. I sold leaves.
Wait, where'd you live in Vermont?
Woodstock. And I sold bags of leaves to people from New York. They drive by and sell them for $1. I had a friend who lived a couple miles away. He lived in Vermont. There were trees everywhere. I'd go to his house. I'd sell him bags of leaves that he could have done himself. At the end of the day, he'd come and give me $0.25 for each bag I sold him. So I had a little business going when I was 10. So I always forever had an entrepreneurial spirit. I think I got that probably from my mom.
Yeah.
But everyone I failed. I mean, honest to God, I bet there's no lie. I bet there's been 10 businesses. Legit.
No, I've had 17. Most of
just
them
one after the other. But the truth is, the most important thing about an entrepreneur is just, my favorite definition of an entrepreneur is somebody who's willing to work every hour in a week for themselves, so they don't have to work 40 hours a week for somebody else.
That's right.
And that's me. People think that's easy. I may not edit videos, but I work non-stop. I get up, I start working, and it doesn't stop until not even when I go to bed. It doesn't stop until I shut down. I'm just always working because I'm building a brand, But just never giving up. Having the balls just to never give up is a big part of it. Because most people, you get kicked enough, at some point you just say, you know what? Maybe I should go work for. Maybe I should go work. Yeah, maybe I should just go. I can't start over again. But I started over again so many times that became my baseline. My brain was really comfortable with starting fresh. So right now, my brain right now is at this point, it'd be like, all right, haven't been drinking for four years. Go buy a 12-pack, drink it, rip your clothes off, and run through the parking lot. That's what the old me would have done. But and sabotage everything going on. Like I've not had a misstep since I started the channel. And I'm wondering how long it's going to be before my brain just accepts it and this becomes the new baseline.
Yeah, I don't know the answer. I guess maybe soon, maybe never. Hard to say.
I don't know. But here's the thing. It kind of can't, even though I've been doing it for 7 years, in the grand scheme of things, I think all of this came together pretty quick. So in my head, I think it can probably vanish pretty quick. So I'm just enjoying the hell out of it while it's happening, and I'm having a good time. And the way I started my channel, I said I was going to do it for fun and share a passion. Well, I think I'll always have the passion for Chili's. The day it's no longer fun, I'll just pick a new mountain and climb it. Right now, I'm having a good time climbing this one.
Yep. Johnny, what's your YouTube channel tagline?
It's chase the heat, like you chase the dragon, but the heat instead. Chase the heat.
Yeah, chase the heat. It's been a while since I've watched your videos. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that and pop the link in so people can.
No problem. You're a rock star. I appreciate it. I got the plaque there a few I don't know, it was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, for getting 100,000. But I think because of this reality show and the commercials I'm doing, it's gonna get weird. I'm telling you, I'm going to start needing a therapist. Listen, I feel horrible. I've hijacked you. I've got some peppers I got to eat. Eric, you're a gentleman and a patient scholar for sitting there and allowing me to speak. Forgive me for intruding on your time. Mr. Knudsen, you are ever the rock star. Let's talk again. Email me anytime. I would love to meet you. You're super intelligent. You're next level. You're up here. So I'd like to talk to you more. I can always learn from you.
Rock and roll. Likewise, Johnny. Thanks for chiming in. It's great to see you again.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks.
Rock and roll. Cool. So that was Johnny Scoville, guys, from Chase the Heat. So awesome. Such a cool guy. I love that guy. Definitely go follow him on YouTube. And I mean, did you hear what he said? 2 videos a day for 7 years. 7 years. What the heck? Like hardcore commitment. So like, you want to know about the mindset that makes the difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur? You just experienced it.
Yeah. That's it.
Like, he really said it right. Like, I've heard this before, but he really encapsulated it well, is that an entrepreneur is someone that's willing to work every day or every hour of every day of the week for themselves so they don't have to work for somebody else for 40 hours a week. Like, obviously, once you achieve some level of work-life balance, it's not that way forever, but it can be that way for a really long time until you figure it out, right?
Yep.
And so the most successful entrepreneurs in the world don't work 100 hours a week every week, right? You can't maintain that. Sooner or later, you have a heart attack and die. But if you do have to do whatever it takes to make your dream a reality, or to create your vision, or to build that business that you want. Like, you need to put the time in. You need to build up the skill. And Johnny Scoville did that with a simple YouTube channel that he didn't even tell his friends and family about. So pretty inspiring, if you ask me. I really loved his story about quitting drinking through that whole process too. Very, very interesting.
Right. Yeah.
What did you think about that, dude?
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Yeah, I loved what he shared about, when he started doing it, he wasn't even really trying to make money. It wasn't even a part of it. It was just, sharing his passion for hot peppers and just having fun.
That's it.
And eventually now he's on like reality TV, has a reality TV show, and is like getting all these opportunities that he wasn't even looking for that are just coming right to him.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Good guy to pay attention to. Like, his energy is also contagious, but he did say something that was very relevant, right? Which is, he started at a time when there weren't a lot of people on YouTube, number one. Okay. And there are always new not a lot of chili pepper channels on YouTube. And now there are, right? But number two is that he had a public speaking background. Johnny definitely has a sales background. Like, he's done some cool things. And he said himself is comfortable on camera because of his experience. So if you're not comfortable on camera, get some experience. Like,
yeah, really, that's what it takes. I used to be horribly uncomfortable on camera. I mean, yeah, the idea of a live stream just scared the shit out of me. Yep. Even when I first started doing the short form video, which is ridiculous to think about it now, because it's like literally just you and your phone camera and there's nobody watching. You could delete it and retake as many times as you want. But when I first started doing those, it was, it felt uncomfortable even. But yeah, then doing live streams, I just had to do them every single day. And after about a week, all of a sudden it wasn't as uncomfortable.
Yeah,
as
because
it
all
was.
that
And then
uncomfortability
it
is
just went away
imagination.
completely.
Like it's all imagination. Like
Absolutely.
we're all afraid we're going to get judged. We're all afraid we're going to get a troll. All these types of things. Here's the thing: you don't really get a whole lot of judgment or a whole lot of trolls most of the time until you're already successful, and that by that time you already know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And until you have a big enough, and sooner or later you're going to get some jackass who's going to give you crap, and you'll learn how to deal with it, and that's okay.
Yep.
You know. Rock and roll. Well, we ended up doing a pretty good long video here today. Is there anything else you want to touch base on, Eric?
Well, I mean, we could save it for another video, or we could talk more about Get Shit Done, what's happening inside Get Shit Done, or yeah, it's up to you.
You know, we've been going for 50 minutes. Here's what I'm
Yeah,
going to say. If you guys want to get more shit done, there's one place for you to go. Right there. Go to getshitdone.com, join the Get Shit Done email list, and then you can join the Get Shit Done gang. If you want to get more shit done for yourself, as an entrepreneur, as a wantrepreneur, as a solopreneur, or as an entrepreneur and business owner with a team, if you want your team to start getting more shit done, join us at Get Shit Done. We're going to teach you the system. We're going to teach you the process. We're going to get you accountable, and we're going to meet with you on a regular basis to help you to get the most important shit done in your business that you're currently procrastinating on or not doing as regularly as you know you want to. So if you need help getting more shit done in your business to make more money for the time that you're spending, go to getshitdone.com, plug in, check it out. I think you're going to love it.
Yeah. Well
That's
said.
it. Rock and roll. All right, Eric. I hope you have a wonderful day. Awesome Johnny Scoville guest. That was super cool.
Yeah,
and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. All right. See you tomorrow morning.
All right, guys. Enjoy your next 24 hours. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.